Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do, I guess, an update of a video that I posted yesterday. It was entitled "The Conclusion of the Last Reverb Transaction." Yeah, horror story. I forgot to put that in the title because it was a horror story. A long story short, I purchased a sound module off Reverb.com like this one, and it came not working. And the one I just showed you, I received two of them since I sent that one back, and these work, but no problem. They're identical. The only difference is they just got a different set of sounds, so everything else should be identical. But for some reason, this one wouldn't work, so I sent it back, and the seller was extremely belligerent and childish, and very unprofessional. The way he was trying to talk to me was condescending and belligerent again. I'm like, come on, man. I ain't got time for this. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm a grown-ass man, and grown-ass men don't argue with idiots. So I'm like, you can sit there and send messages all you want. So I shut that conversation down, and he still kept sending me stuff, which I didn't even bother to read because I'm like, I've already stated what's going to happen. I'm going to send this back, for a full refund. He tried to block the refund. Reverb stepped in and forced him to send me the refund after I packed this junk back up, and I shipped it back off to him, and he got it the other day. And that should have been the end of it. He claimed left a little note saying that it works, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, I'm happy for you. It's happy ending to the story. You got your item back, and you say it works. It didn't work for me. I spent the hour trying to get that thing to work. Like I said, these two that came after I shipped that one off, not a problem. Plugged them up, turned them on, set the MIDI channels. They're talking. The keyboard and the module talking to each other. That one, for some reason, wouldn't talk. So that should have been the end of it. Because, again, you got your item back in the condition that it was sent to me. And I got my money back. But then he wants to leave this long, disrespectful comment in the feedback thing. I'm like, I'll deal with you. And this is how I deal with you. Not dealing with you, but going to Reverb and, telling them what happened. So I cut and paste what he posted up there. And then they sent me this today. All feedback has been removed from this order as your seller confirmed that the unit works as they sent it, and they violated the feedback terms and conditions by including your name. Now repeat that last line. And they violated the feedback terms and conditions by including your name. So Reverb has removed it because, again, they went south. They violated the terms of the feedback by just including my name and again, being real, extremely unprofessional and very disrespectful. So Reverb has removed that crap. And I post this video to let you guys know who have been a legitimate buyer that you have a recourse and you have to deal with somebody like this. Because I'm like, I guess he's just mad he couldn't get his way. And his way was to stick me with this junk and keep my money. And Reverb's like, no, this got to go back, dude. It has to go back. So he went on a campaign of harassment like a little child, after Reverb forced him to send me back, my refund. So again, for you guys that are selling on the internet and dealing with Reverb sellers, this is why I'm no longer or for undetermined amount of time or indeterminate when I'm returning Reverb, if I ever do, because I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with this. I got these other two modules from Guitar Center. They work. And if they didn't, I would have got a no hassle return. Guitar Center ain't going to leave me nothing nasty after they refunded my money. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done with that. And then there was another guy on there that had a module, well, actually the same model as that guy. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm just done because this one got a knob missing. You know how I feel about that. And then also, it's all rusty. It's in extremely poor condition. Like, where y'all getting this equipment and who's neglecting it? Because I'm like, I'm looking at this one because it's identical to the one I shipped back. And the one I was just looking at, and the guy reduced the price. I'm like, I just don't want it, man, because there might come a time that I might have to part with some of this equipment, and I want it to be in the condition that I got it if it came in good condition, instead of I'm selling somebody something that the knob is gone and it's all rusty. I'm like, I'm gonna have to pass on that, man, because again, at some point in time, musicians sell their gear for new gear or whatever, and I can't be trying to sell something that is in hideous condition. Because I'm looking at the knob, I'm like, somebody had to literally pry this knob off to get it off. Because I'm like, how did the knob go missing? I don't get that. And I did a video on, how grown-ass men won't take care of their equipment, and how grown-ass men post or try to sell their non-working equipment on the internet. I'm like, who wants to buy somebody's broke shit? I mean, I still don't get that. Because the only reason why I can see this, and this is not how these people do it, that you got somebody that fix and repair vintage stuff. They see it for a cheap price because it should be really cheap in order for them to make a profit. They can't make a profit if it's overpriced, non-working, and then they buy it, and then they spend a little more money into parts and then the labor, and then now they forced to sell it for more ridiculous price because they had to put money into it. They had to buy it, then they had to put money into it. So most of those guys won't do that. This is what most of those guys do. They build a relationship with these music companies, and any defected or B stock that they have, they will sell that stuff to this guy in bulk. And then he buys it in bulk, fixes it, and make a nice profit. That's how they do that. Those guys don't go on Reverb. So, okay, they want $300 for it and it's broke. So now I got to go in and spend about another $100, $150 for the parts, and then I got to fix it. And then now I got to sell it for almost $500 to make a profit, And ain't nobody buying it at that point that it's been so jacked up that it's like, this costs too much, dude. So again, I don't understand the logic in that. I wish that eBay and Reverb would stop people from selling on this site, that's selling stuff that's not working, because it doesn't look good on you. It doesn't look good on your company that you letting somebody sell some garbage on your channel, and that's what it is on your site. This is garbage. When it stopped working, throw it in the garbage, or you go get it fixed and you keep it, or now you decide, well, I'm just gonna sell it now. It works. That's what you do. Instead of, again, you buying broke shit, not working for parts, or non-functional. It's like, keep that mess, man, because it's garbage. But I just thought I would post this video. And again, the purpose of this video for you guys that are honest buyers, and they're attempting to screw you. They send you something that don't work, and then they're disrespectful, and they think that they're going to get away with this. It's like, no, that doesn't work here, man. Especially when you're dealing with people that know the proper channels to deal with you in these kind of issues. So again, I had to send this to Reverb support, and they took care of it quickly today by removing it because it shouldn't be there in the first place. This is not a place for you to go into a personal tangent because you didn't get your way. And again, that's the bottom line. He didn't get his way. If it was up to him, he would have kept my money and forced me to keep that piece of junk. And it's Reverb and myself's like, oh no, this is going back, dude. You can sell it to somebody else. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.